Okay, where were we? Okay, so Nenio just gave us her opinion. Alright, let's ask Iomade some questions.
Ask, and you shall have your answers.
You gained your own power from the Starstone. How is my power any different?
My ascension was not accomplished in one day, and even the test of the Starstone was only one of its stages. I did not merely gain power, I embraced a sacred duty. Your power, on the other hand, stems not from long hours of study, not from trials. It is not the natural talent you were born with and carefully honed throughout your life. It is the result of an evil soul's deranged experiment with the blood of dead abyssal lords.
I don't like your attitude. You imprisoned entire hosts of angels inside the wardstones. Why did you do that to them?
Every one of my angels volunteered for that mission. They all knew what kind of watch they were going to keep. They knew that it would be a hard and exhausting battle, but that the lives of mortals throughout Golarion would depend on it. Alas, angels' minds can be as fragile as the minds of mortals. In less than 100 years, many wavered and wished to break the oath they had sworn. I do not blame them. I blame myself for allowing them to take on a burden that was too heavy for them.
Did you send your herald to follow me to the abyss, or did he go of his own free will?
He acted on his own noble impulse, and I did not stop him. I also did not try to dispel his misconception about you being my chosen one. I do not lie, but both celestial beings and mortals can be mistaken.
She doesn't lie, sure. She merely withholds some of the truth. For the noblest of reasons, of course.
You're not one to talk. You do that as well. You know what happened to your herald?
My herald, my loyal companion, was captured. And now demons are using him to attack Dresden. They're holding him in the Ivory Labyrinth, Baphomet's realm of the Abyss. It is a place I cannot go. Not even to save my faithful friend. For doing so would start an interplanar war. Right now, as we speak, Baphomet's servants are torturing the hand of the Inheritor. Tormented and anguished, he reaches for you with his thoughts and his soul. I cannot tell if he sees you as a great unfulfilled hope or a last chance. But Baphomet knows well how to exploit such desperate yearning. He has turned my herald into a source of power to open temporary portals. They do not last long, but they lead from the dungeon where the hand of the Inheritor suffers, right to your doorstep. Baphomet does not need to lead his armies through the rifts. Now he can send them right here.
I thought he stopped sending stuff. I thought it was just Discari.
As long as my poor herald remains in the hands of that monster, this will not stop. I cannot say if it is still possible to save him, or if putting him out of his misery is the only way. I cannot openly ask you to intervene.
Oh no, we're helping him.
But if you decide to do so, you will be helping both yourself and the one who chose the martyr's path when he followed you into the abyss.
Ever since I acquired these powers, everyone's believed me to be your chosen. Why didn't you do anything to dispel this misunderstanding?
At first, I did not know who you were, or where your powers originated. This was revealed to me only when my herald offered up his dying prayer from the depths of the abyss. And following his desperate plea, I sought to confirm my suspicions. Until that point, I had observed you without intervening. After all, your crusade was securing victories, the first Golarion had seen in many years, so even if it was not I who had sent you into battle, it felt unfair to undermine you.
In other words, our Imperial guest had no problem with your power, as long as she didn't know where it came from. She didn't even share her suspicions with her own herald. And after all that, someone dares to claim that demons are the most deceitful creatures?
You should not blame someone else if you base your accusations on vague suspicions rather than solid proof. You call my behavior deceitful. You, of all creatures, who kept the commander ignorant of the fate you had chosen for him? Indeed, the insolence of demons knows no bounds.
Such a stupid question. It would cause a war. But a demon lord stands before you. Why don't you destroy her right here and now?
I could. But then every other demon lord would decide that he or she was next and stand against me. In response to that, the Imperial Lords would take up arms. Then Hell, Heaven, and Elysium would join the conflict. A war would break out, one which mortals could not hope to survive.
Why have you decided to descend to the world of mortals at this particular moment?
As I have already said, I am here to open your eyes to Nocticula's lies and to prevent more calamities in the future.
Okay, you needed to learn the truth.
You are at a crossroads.
Why did
now.
Aurilu do everything possible
not
to lead us
force
to the
you to do
idea that she
anything.
was the key too?
But you, the impulses that drive a soul as black as hers are beyond my comprehension. Perhaps she was startled by my arrival and decided not to bother keeping a secret that was bound to be revealed. Or perhaps she is up to some cunning scheme. Be on your guard. The architect of the world wound will surely try to bring you down. For if she truly is a key, then it must mean that she will die sooner or later due to the influence of her own horrible creation. And that means that sacrificing you is her only chance of survival.
I'll have to remember that last sentence. How exactly can you help me cleanse myself?
Aurilu has planted a piece of the abyss itself in your soul. The only thing that can cleanse the soul of such a taint is that same soul. But I will be near. I will show you how to root out the demonic corruption. I am not a demon, and I do not offer any simple solutions. You will have to go your own way. It is time to make your decision then.
Nocticula,
If you have questions, ask away.
why did you try to hide the fact that closing a world wound would kill me?
Because if I'd told you the truth, you would have refused to do it. But you're not angry with me, are you?
No.
After all, everything has worked out perfectly fine. We found another key. So now you can live and enjoy your life. Provided that you catch Aurilu, of course.
Now that we've decided to use Aurilu, do you still want me to keep the powers?
Of course I do. Firstly, you'll need those powers to catch Aurilu and bring her to Threshold. Surely you don't think she'll willingly fall into your hands, and the demonic hordes will politely make way for you. And secondly, the powers Aurilu gave you protect you from dying before your time. None of us want the wound to kill you prematurely. You are extremely useful to me alive. After all, if you let Aurilu slip through your fingers, we can always go back to the original plan for closing the wound.
Aurilu deliberately led us to the idea that she was the key too. Why?
Apparently, she understood that her secret was about to be revealed anyway, so she decided to leave in style. What human female over 100 years old wouldn't feel flattered at being the center of attention? Although she could have other reasons.
She does.
She obviously wanted us to understand everything and immediately rush off in pursuit of her. She's probably been preparing for a war of all against all for a long time. And now she wants to wage it on her own terms. Expect treachery and traps wherever you go.
And I think she has one of our companions with her. I don't know who. Probably Camellia, if I was to guess. But that's the obvious option. Where could she have fled to?
Now let's think. She's hidden in the abyss before. She won't dare to return there now. Not only to my realm, but to any other either. Even if Baphomet and Discari both take it upon themselves to guard Aurilu personally, That won't stop me from sneaking in, slitting her throat, and leaving undetected.
That's hot.
And she knows that.
That's hot.
If I were her, I would hide in a place where the powers of her enemies were uncertain and her own power was close to unlimited. I say you should look for her here, in the World Wound.
Maybe she isn't in her lab then. Aren't you afraid to stand in the presence of the goddess?
Tut tut, how rude! I wouldn't say the girl is that hideous. I admit her face is far from perfect. Her body too, to be honest. But all in all, not bad. I've seen worse.
Your theatrics are too transparent to offend me, demon. At least, they can hardly offend me more than the very fact of your existence.
Damn. Do you really plan to use me to become a goddess yourself?
That is nothing but the wild speculation of a little girl who gained celestial power through no merit of her own and now fears that others may do the same, forcing her to share her place in the spotlight. Do I want to become a goddess? Of course I do. Who wouldn't? Can you help me with that? Sadly, no.
Her voice actress is so good.
Of course, Aurilu used to blather on about how her brilliant invention could bake gods like pies. But between you and me, the cleverer the inventor, the larger their ego becomes. So far, she hasn't managed to create anything stronger than you. And no offense, but you're no match for any deity.
Damn.
Very well.
I've made my decision.
It's time for you to make your decision then.
I've made it.
I am waiting for your answer. I hope you will choose wisely.
Quite right. Make your choice, and make it the right one.
What? You need to choose which mission path you're going to follow. This choice will greatly affect the following events. Huh? However, no matter what your reasons for choosing one of the paths are, be it powers or aesthetic preferences, remember there are no wrong choices. One doesn't need to be a mythic creature, an otherworldly being, or a deity chosen to become a hero. This path may be grueling and full of temptation, but the mortal who treads it fully earns the right to call themselves a true legend. All your ability scores will be increased by 4. Your level cap will become 40? You still can only get 20 levels in one character class. What? I'm confused. The amount of XP needed to level up will be drastically decreased? Bro, that sounds sick! The legend's powers are beyond the abyssal corruption's reach. The legend and all companions can rest up to 5 times after the legend had cleared all the corruption from themselves at a safe place. Well, what if I just say screw all of you and want to be a dragon? All dragons the embodiment of goodness, hope and redemption. You gain ability to breathe holy energy, attacking all enemies in a 50-foot cone. Golden dragon form. Immunity to poison, disease, fear, paralysis, sleep. Resistant to all energies equal to his character level. If any of you are saving for a bonus, it perform modifiers is less than +5. Your highest ability score gets a +4 bonus. All your hit dice are now D12. Any spells dealing damage now change their dice to D6. If it was not D6 or greater, it already was D6 or greater. Instead, the spell deals 1 additional point of damage. All your weapons count as +5 weapons. Bro. What? bro. Okay, so I'm not going to do a Zata. Because we're done with that. Legend, I get... all your ability scores increase by 4. Your level cap will become 40. You still can only get 20 levels in one character class. I don't know what that means. Oh, so I would need to choose a different character class after level 20? Like wizard or something? I wanna do legend. The amount of XP needed to level up will be drastically decreased. The only reason I'm not doing dragon, truly the only reason, bro, I love how, I wonder what these are. Oh, probably Aeon and Lich. We saw those two options before. The only reason I'm not doing Gold Dragon... oh my god, look, I didn't realize I changed. Bro. Wait, what? Oh, do I lose my superpowers? I don't lose all this though, right? To be honest, I got most of the good ones anyway. Except for supersonic speed. So I would get fast healing. Damn, that's a lot. What, 24 HP? 4th mythic rank. This number is increased by 5. Oh, 20 HP. Wait, that doesn't matter. A lot of HP. Whenever an enemy confirms a crit, that inner endurance is unleashed. She gets 1d6 temporary hit points. And then she has 25% of the... Honestly, as long as I got these two, I'm good. Let's do legend. I like this idea as well. That one doesn't need to be a mythic creature, an otherworldly being. Path may be grueling and full of temptation, but the mortal who treads it fully earns the right to call themselves a true legend. Let's see here, 1 second. So I would get... probably point blank shot. Oh, wait a minute. Now I wonder if this would mean I get 2 swift actions. Oh, Schoolmaster is the play. Is it? I don't know. Let me have a look here. I've got my notes regarding sorcerers. Where are you? Now what's interesting is this build goes full what I'm looking at goes full what's it called mode? Azata. I'm not gonna go full Azata, I don't think. I just want to see what spells we get. And that now they go Elemental Barrage? What the hell's that? Honestly, I just remembered everything. Oh my god, I just remembered. I was gonna do this, wasn't I? All spells that deal energy damage that you cast will deal fire damage instead. Now, this does mean that unless it's vulnerable to fire, we won't be able to find any vulnerabilities. But this also does mean that every spell we cast that does DPS can't be reduced. Maybe I would go... Oh no, I might go Mythical Beast. What is Elemental Barrage? Let me have another read of that. So... every time you cast... deals energy damage to a creature, you apply an elemental mark to it. If during the next 3 rounds you deal energy damage to a marked target with a different type of energy, the target is dealt additional divine damage. Damage is 1d6 per mythic rank of your character. So it'd be 8d6. Damn! I guess I would do this. So hit it with fire, and then the next move do something like magic missiles, and that would be insane. This I would do supersonic speed. It is laughter. Rare. Field of Dawn. These are what I'm curious about, this stuff. I just realised though, what's it called? Mind Fog could actually be really good. I should have got that ages ago. No, I'll do that. Oh, here we go. All attacks against Azat and her companions suffer 50... Oh my god. Immune to cold damage whenever an enemy casts a spell. They suffer... Oh my god. Is this that but wind? Nope. Azarta and her companions attacks deal holy damage for 1 round. For 2 cast levels. This spell restores all companions' spell slots up to 5th level, however it doesn't affect. Bro. The spell functions like Call Lightning Storm, except Azarta evokes a rainbow starfall. Every star deals 1d6 per 3 cast levels, points of acid, cold, fire, depending on the greatest potential damage. Take into consideration the target's immunities. You may call a maximum of 15 stars. Spell grants the target additional 2d6 plus Azarta's cast level sonic damage. Their first weapon attack. Bro. And you want to know something? I'm not choosing none of this. God, protection of nature's broken. Damn, I wish we got this before. But your boy's going legend. I know, boring, right? Unless I'm only going legend. So we can rest a ton. We get +4 on all our ability scores, which is good. And the increased level cap I'm intrigued by. I don't think this is going to affect us much. I don't mind losing the superpowers. It's the mythic feat I'm going to miss. Why not make the game a little bit harder on ourselves, right? Let's do it. Ah. Now there's no shot I've lost, you know. Mythic Hero 7. Interesting. God Dragon 1. I'm not sure I like that. Why is Azarta 5 Mythic Hero 2? Also, isn't this all meant to go up by 4? I think I'm gonna regret this. Let me know what you guys did. Here we go. The choice is made. All you have to do is announce it to everyone. Iomade, I'll accept your help. Strip me of my powers and help me to cleanse myself of the influence of the abyss.
What adorable overconfidence. We'll see how you deal with Aurilu without the powers she gave you, and then you'll have to fight your way through the armies of 2 demon lords. But wait, will your powers even let you go? Will you be able to get rid of them even with the help of your Imperial guest?
Do not listen to her. Turn to yourself. You are a mortal. That is your weakness, but that is also where your strength lies. Think about it. Who are you? Your soul, your mind, your body. Which of your sides reflects your true self?
Oh, I should have
Put
gone.
your
I should have been
trust
an
in
Azar.
yourself. Find your strength. And strike at the abyss in your heart as hard as you can.
I might respec. We'll see. Your light engulfs you, it penetrates you to your core, and for the first time in your life you can see yourself in full display. Your body, your mind, and your soul, you see the shadow of the abyss that pervades you, granting you powers but irrevocably altering you at the same time. You realize that this clarity will be short-lived. This is your first and last chance to become an ordinary mortal again. What? The shadow of the abyss grips you tightly. It is rooted so deep that you don't know if it's even possible to get rid of it. Flashing before your eyes are the moments when this connection grew stronger, taking a book in Aurilu's laboratory, taking the essence from her hands. And then the moment when you unleashed your power during the battle for Dresden. This bond feels almost impossible to sever. Almost. Unless you roll a 13. Rely on your force of your personality. Unfortunately, you have the charisma of a wall, and you rolled a 1. You strain your will and you address yourself the way you used to address others. You debate with yourself, you persuade, you come up with various arguments. In the end, you convince yourself the power gifted to you by the abyss is the best thing you've ever had. And rejecting it would be madness. Well, there we go. Clarity fades away. Even behind sharp understanding, you are not a mortal anymore, and you will never become one again. You are what you've made yourself into, using power you gained from the abyss, by which you have made your own. You are now fated to follow this path to the very end. Hey, this is my first time!
Poor mortal. For too long you have toyed with
I
the
rolled a
power
1,
of the
shut up!
abyss, and in the end you have become its toy. This may destroy you, and perhaps all of Golarion with you. And I cannot stop you if I wish to avoid causing even more suffering to this world. Farewell.
It would have been so foolish for you to reject your powers. So many victories, so many achievements lie ahead for you. Well, go now. Capture Aurilu, and prove which of you is making the best use of her invention. I'll be watching you.
Lady. Okay, this is going to be the longest save scum ever. Truly the longest save scum ever. Do we even save scum? I don't know. Do I get my mythic level then and I just choose Azata now? Like, how does this work? I have no idea. We're about to find out. Okay, he just walked through. Okay. Dresden's back in all its beauty. I've missed this place so much. Talk to Hilo. Grumbling under her breath, Enidia picks a burr from her clothes, wipes colourful chemical goo off her sleeve, empties acorns out of her pockets and shakes something that looks suspiciously like confetti out of her. Just look at this. You left the city at the mercy of the Three Crusaders and see what they've done. I don't know if they're manning the defences or rehearsing a circus act. But I'm not really mad, of course. You all gave the demons such a thrashing they probably haven't even come to yet. Irabeth would lose her mind if she could see what they've done to her beloved barracks. I'll need to be the first to see her and tell her everything. Ease her into it, you know. Prepare the ground. Put things in perspective. Man, you have grown, Ivy. It's good that you're not mad at me, Anivia. Wait, I mean, you see, that came out wrong. I didn't mean to say that I was the one who wrecked the barracks. Did everybody make it through alright? Dresden's still standing, kinda. Although who knows how long forward these crazies loosened the place. They're as happy causing all around mayhem as they are thrashing demons. I'm glad to see life has been restored in the city. Me too, you can smell it in the air even. It feels like spring already. What's the situation at the front? Unknown. Her Majesty mustered all the troops she could, raised the sword of valor and advanced on the demons. There's been no word from her since she left. Perhaps she boldly taken eyes even now. Maybe her bones have already been picked clean. We don't know. But that's not all. Baphomet's minions keep taking swipes at us. The scumbags are holed up somewhere. The Ivory Labyrinth, I'll bet. And they keep opening portals in different spots, dropping off a dozen units and then closing the portal before we can get to them. We've lost more scouts than I'd care to admit. So here's what I'm thinking. Maybe you could get to one of those portals in time. You could be ready for them somehow, so that when one opens, you'll get inside and crack some skulls. Okay, how do you feel after seeing the goddess in the flesh? My ears are still ringing from those trumpets after witnessing that sight. I don't think I could be surprised by anything ever again. As you heard, I have to catch Aurilu. Any idea where I should look for her? Not especially. She's been roaming the abyss all this time, but now the avenue's closed to her. Nocticula and the other demon lords are all slavering for a piece of her. I think she's someplace around here in the wound. Some nasty place like Eyes, or maybe she went as far as Threshold. An entire army of demons enhanced by the Hindrian crystals is being sent here. Being led by a demon named Mustafson. Do you know anything about that? Scouts reported the movements of a large demon army far to the southwest of Dresden. Excuse me, they were marching across the dried out lake. There used to be a Sarkorian holy place there, I heard. But where they went, nobody knows. They're not headed for us, that's for sure. At least not yet. Thanks for the report. I'll be setting off without delay. Good luck, Commander. Let's do what nobody else has managed. Kick the demons back to the abyss through the hugest rift you can find. Only you know what? No matter what happens out there, make sure you come back. My gut tells me that soon Dresden will be playing host to weird and wonderful folks from all over the world. Somebody's got to be here to meet him. I'm sorry. I want to be that somebody. Well, and somebody's got to show the regular Crusaders, not the free Crusaders, what springtime's like in the world wound. In other words, make sure you come back. And grab Irabeth and drag her here with you if you find her, right? Or else Desna only knows what will happen to her out there. She's totally gonna die. Are you finished talking about boring stuff now? Let's go and talk to our friends on the island now. We need to see how they're doing and ask them if somebody showed up there. Somebody we last saw in the abyss. And anyway, it's been a long time since our ranker gave me candy. We've got to go, it's important. Tarek, I have fairly important news. I will do my best to be brief. The Hell Knight orders have not reacted well to developments I mentioned in my latest report, specifically regarding the true source of your power. The very notion that we have been cooperating with a weapon forged by Aurilu has caused discontent. The orders have not issued any official edict, but many chapters and high-ranking knights have been recalled from their assignments and barricaded themselves in one of our outposts. The one you know, in fact. I suggest you go and resolve the issue. I could even think that reporting this to the okay, what kind of reaction should I expect? Any. Up to and including a formal declaration of war, which is why you must go to the outpost and resolve the issue before it devolves into open conflict. Very well, I'll go there as soon as possible. Excellent, that's all I had to report. Tarek. In my dream, a fire destroyed almost everything. The only thing that survived was a table. I've returned to my dream world so many times. The nightmare still lurks there. I want to understand why this table is so important. Why did it survive? I can't figure out what makes it special. It looks like a single piece of furniture. It just stands there. What's this supposed to mean? What am I doing wrong? Perhaps Desna can help you solve the riddle. She was the one who asked me to solve it. I don't think she's going to tell me the answer. I must find it myself. Where did this table come from? Oh, I remember now. There was a loaf of bread in that table. That was Anevia's dream, remember? She said she wanted to learn how to bake. The bread went up in flames, but the table remained. The table came from Anevia's dream. Perhaps you should talk to her. I've been living among mortals for a while now, but there's still so much I don't understand about your kind. How you live, what you dream about, you're right. We should ask Anevia as part of her dream, after all. That's a good idea, but could you please talk to her instead? I don't even know how to begin a conversation like this. It's so personal. Please ask her. Okay. Look who it is. Commander, I'm sincerely gladdened by your return. I was delighted to hear of your recent victories. It's a shame that my duty has kept me away from the front line. I would like to take up a place in the rank of your crusaders, and perhaps I'll have a chance to do so. But before that happens, we must address another issue. Okay. I suppose you've already guessed what's brought me here. We parted ways after the discovery we made at Darren's estate. You and I both know that the Count became a conduit for an unknown entity which I called the Other. I retreated to Neresen and then went beyond Mendez borders looking for mentions of such entities and ways to fight them. And now that my search has borne through, I'm ready to tell you about it. Okay? What have you learned? I must be honest, I still don't know what it is. However, I managed to find some evidence of similar incidents, individuals who in a horrible moment in life became a gateway. The most curious part is that all these cases appear almost sequential. They happen in various corners of Galarian, but no two incidents ever occurred at the same time. It leads me to think that we are dealing with a single entity. Okay. I do not know what this entity is. I managed to find something of great value. A Varisian Arcanist managed to pick up the trail of the Other and invented a ritual to weaken and bind it. She died under very suspicious circumstances. Her decapitated body was found in her laboratory. Oh shit. Her head was never found. But her note survived, including the description of the ritual. Discussed it with several highly esteemed experts in magic, I am inclined to consider this a reliable weapon. We can use the ritual to lure the entity out, bind it, and probably exterminate it. To do that, I'll need your assistance. What do we need to do? Carefully prepare the ritual, and then bring Count Erendei to the designated location. The ritual will lure out the Other, weaken its connection, and bind its essence to our world like an anchor. The last part is especially important. All the evidence indicates that while the gateway is active, the Other can travel freely between the material plane in some unknown space. If we fail to bind the Other with the ritual, it will either escape, or in the worst case scenario, drag us into its realm. Hence, we must lure it out, and then I suppose defeat it. Oh, this is the best quest. It's so cool. So intrigued by this. There is one more issue. Best companion quest. Aside from the fact that we still have to fight this incredibly powerful and horrifying creature, the Other suspicion must not be aroused until the very last moment. This means that the Count must know nothing. Best course of action would be to take the Count to the designated location without telling him. Then we must frighten him and make it appear that his life is in danger. The Other will believe that its gateway is in peril, and then I hope it will show up to protect it. The ritual circle will work as a trap, but it is crucial, and I stress this, that we convince the entity that we know nothing of its existence. That it is Deiran who is in danger, not the entity itself. Otherwise, there is no knowing what may happen, and I don't want to give adversary any chance to outmaneuver us. Why do you think the Other will appear to protect Deiran? The Count has been in danger many times before. You have a special connection with your companions, Commander. You shared part of your mythic powers with them. They journeyed through the abyss with you, survived to tell the tale. I believe the Other understands this. It also must understand how dangerous it would be if you were to become not a benefactor but an enemy. Okay, I get it. How dangerous is it? Extremely dangerous. Stronger, more dangerous than Balors and other generals of the abyss. Damn. I suspect that the Oracle's powers the Count has developed come from the Other. As a rule, only gods, imperial lords, and other extremely powerful beings are capable of granting such abilities. I know no one except for you who could challenge such an entity. I believe that we can shore up our strategic position if he doesn't suspect, okay? Are you sure that this Other is hostile towards us? In all this time it's never tried to attack me. I'm certain it's dark and truly evil. Okay. It is responsible for all the magically decapitated corpses. Deiran is the gateway. Can't we just slam this gateway shut and leave the Other on the other side? We can, by killing the Count. Firstly, I'm not sure what the Other won't try to protect this gateway. And in that case, we would have to face it unprepared. And secondly, I'm opposed to the idea in principle. Okay. For instance, I can kill a person possessed by demons if he or she is at imminent risk of taking many lives and I have no time to perform an exorcism. But in this instance, the situation is not so critical. We have a way of fighting it. Alright, I'll help you. Thank you. Now let's go over the entire operation once more. I'm convinced that we must lure out the Other somewhere far from Dresden and other populated places to avoid casualties. I've chosen a suitable location within the world wound. I'll mark it on your map. You must bring the Count there without alerting him to what's about to happen. I assume that another foray in a world wound will hardly raise his suspicion. I'll await you there with the ritual circle prepared. Before we reach the crucial moment, you must make the Count and the Other believe that the Count is in danger. I suppose the easiest way to do that would be to tell him that you made a deal with the Mendev Inquisition, and the Count will have to face punishment for his crimes. Real or imagining. I'll find a way to intimidate him. But you must play along. Okay. This case will be my greatest triumph or my greatest failure. I firmly believe that it must be done. Remember my words. The other must be convinced that we are not a threat to the Count. What? And I mean nothing of his existence. Oh, okay. Slightest suspicion could prove fatal. Till we meet again, Commander. May the gods be with us. God should be praised. Commander, you look up and see Melissa. Oh, it's the Chili Creek girl. Where's the music gone, by the way? Today's been so bugged. Like, the background music's just been nowhere. Help, please help me. He's gone crazy. He will kill him. Calm down. What happened? You remember Journo? The cleric? He was a stranger preacher. Okay. He went fishing alongside. He told us people stories about the crusade. He told us about meeting you and seeing the Queen, the songs he used to sing. It just made you want to stop and listen. Well, eventually, we became very close. We started to plan a wedding. My brother didn't seem to mind at first, but after we got married, well, that's when he lost it. He became violent. He threatened to hurt us. I tried to talk to him, but we even thought about leaving the village. But when my brother found out, he lost his mind completely. Mardical is strong, and no one in the village dares to challenge him. It was a miracle I managed to escape. My husband is still there. He didn't make it out of the village. I don't know what's happened to him. Help us, please. What caused this? Mardical, he really honors the village traditions. We've been worshipping the river for many generations. He wasn't keen on having the cleric in the village, but he was willing to tolerate his presence for a while. However, my relationship with Journo really disappointed Mardical, especially when he discovered that I had begun to worship Aristil too. Good choice. Requires swarm mythic path? What the? How did you get here? By some miracle, I guess. Everything was on fire out there. Okay, please help me. Alright, I'll help. Where the hell's my audio and what is... What's sake? Amelia holds a bottle of wine, 2 glasses, a slight half smile on her lip. She holds you in her gaze like a predator, hypnotizing its prey. You can smell the spicy floral scent of her perfume. Did you miss me? What's in the bottle this time? Invisibility potion again? Would you believe me if I told you there was nothing but wine in this bottle? It's a good one, expensive, but painfully mundane nonetheless. Today I want a special kind of date, but I suspect it'll be special for me only. You may find it surprisingly normal. I've never had a traditional, normal, boring date. The kind of dates described in novels, with heart-to-heart conversations, longing glances, gentle touches, charged with so much more. I cannot say that I want anything like that in my life, but I've been thinking recently, why not give it a try? So what do you think? Will you be my guide to the wonderful world of romance, my friend? Alright, let's try. Excellent. In that case, I suppose I should sit here. I like your perfume. During our last day on the balcony, you were wearing the same scent. Yes, it's the same one I wore last time. With all our endless adventures, I forgot to buy a new scent. I hope you would have enough tact not to bring it up, alas. Let's drink! To love. She winces. I'm so bad at this. You look gorgeous today. You think so? Thank you, I'm flattered. A smile vanishes in a moment. What a stupid, tedious compliment. Besides, if you think about it, it's insulting too. Since I look gorgeous today, but that doesn't mean that as a rule I look ugly, does it not? I beg your pardon, that was a momentary lapse on my part. Please let's continue with our normal date. Is spending time with me boring for you? And how could you say such a thing? I'm having a frightfully, terribly good time, I mean it. Right. I know you like reading. What kind of books do you read? Is this your way of reproaching me for reading too many romance novels? Camellia, you've stuffed your head full of romantic nonsense and stupid books and then you expect me to live up to it? Is that what you're trying to say? Forgive my outburst. Okay. Another drink. How about we continue our date somewhere more comfortable? I suppose. I hope you can impress me with this at least. Okay, bro. Really stretches. That was awful. That hurts. That hurts. That really hurts. Okay. Pathetic, passionless, and dull. I hope at least one of us enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a great 6 minutes. Because I felt absolutely nothing. You're a weak man who can neither hold a conversation nor satisfy a woman. Ouch. Although I don't know why that fact should bother me. You're the one who has to live with it, not me. I suppose I shouldn't hope that you can read between the lines, so I shall be blunt. This date was our last. You know, I've listened to you long enough. Now it's your turn to listen. Oh, this is something new. Well, go ahead. Try to amuse me one last time. You didn't like the date. Poor Camellia. That doesn't give you no right to call me every name in the book. If you want to stop our dates because of this, feel free. I'm not going to make you do anything. But you should remember one thing. I owe you nothing. If you ever think of speaking to me like that again, take my advice. Don't. Open brackets, or I will backhand you. Close brackets. Open brackets. No, I won't, because I will get cancelled on Twitter. Close brackets. Open brackets. Maybe still would. Question mark. Because this is a game and it's not real life. Close brackets. Yeah, sounds good to me. Come on there, parts her lips to answer, but only stands there with mouth agape. Did you understand everything I said? Good. Now get lost. She stands still for a while, then turns abruptly and rushes out of the room. Deserved. Deserved. You never say that to a man. Oh yeah, she rushes out of the room, alright. Yeah, the audio's gone. Yeah, the game... Yeah, game audio went. Alright, let's see here. I'm Azata still. Okay. I'm Azata still. You know what? I'm fine with that. If that's what the game wants, that's what the game wants. Wait, I don't get my superpowers though? Oh, I do, I do. I could go Sorcerer's Reflex, Point Blank Shot. I really don't miss a lot though. Oh, but it is attack and damage rolls. No, I'm going to go... I'm going to do this. Elemental Barrage. Every time a spell you cast deals energy damage, you apply an elemental mark. And then during the next 3 rounds... If during the next 3 rounds you deal energy damage to a marked target with a different type of energy, the target is dealt additional divine damage. The damage is 1d6 per mythic rank of your character. I'm doing it. That sounds bloody amazing. I could do the fire thing, the bloodline fire thing that I was thinking of. Supersonic speed. Always under the effect of haste. Oh my god, I get that crazy buff. I get that crazy buff. Prayer, I guess? None of these matter. I'm not going to use any of these. Might use Mind Fog. And Overwhelming Presence. Heroism Greater, maybe? Maybe that? I don't know. Where's the crazy one? It's not Winds of the Fall. I mean... No, not Winds of the Fall. It's Songs of Steel. Was it this? The spell grants the target additional 2d6 plus Azata's caster level. What is my Azata caster? I don't know. Like 16 or something? Sonic damage. Plus 2 bonus to caster level checks made to overcome spell resistance. And plus 2 bonus to all concentration and rises the DC of the saving throws against all their spells and abilities by 2. So this would be a crazy buff for Nenio. Or myself. Can I just use this on myself? And protection of nature. That's just broken. A group that's broken. Rainbow Starfall looks good. That's insane as well. Supersonic, what a level. Alright, well, I'm going to call it there. And I'll fix all this. Yeah, I guess my audio's gone. Sorry about that. Wait. Wait, it hasn't gone. Did I just accidentally turn my headphones down? I don't know. What a game, bro. What a game. So it turns out we couldn't become legend. I didn't want to do the dragon thing, because in the last game I was a dragon. In Kingmaker. You know? It's funny that we went with Azata, but it was kind of the one that I was going to do anyway. So I guess the game went with our gut. And I'm fine with that. Anyway, we'll call it there. Be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time for more Wrath of the Righteous. Bye-bye. Let me know what you guys did.